Well, this town. Aye, it's something. Just not sure what. I'm afraid to ask. More farmers and sailors here. No one knows a net from a napkin, or how to tie a knot that won't undo itself out of shame. Suspicious, that. Can't swim, won't sail, but I'll build a cafe shaped like a lighthouse to feel nautical. Maybe you'll change that. Show 'em how to fish. There's plenty of water here. A river leads into the sea. Real crowd pleaser. And mind those hairy beasts, would you? The cattle, not the farmers. Mostly. If fishing's not your fate, there's solid ground to plough, fertilise or roll around on, laughing like a loony, or whatever it is you farming folk do for fun. Go play with them big machines if you fancy. There's plenty tucked away out here too. Old paths, old stones, some standing like they still got pride. Others could use a wee redo. And I say redo with all the generosity of a man trying not to call it a pile of rubble. Welcome to Kinlake, pal. Good to see you, pal. Fisher Deuce. What brings you to these parts? Just the heart wanting to say hello to a fine face, eh? Cheers for asking. I can sniff out your hair and skin. Haven't felt much air or the sea. New to Kinlake, eh? Really? Well, this town. Aye, it's something. Just not sure what. And I'm afraid to ask. Name's Alistair. Must call me Dare. Shorter. Glad to meet you. Hope I'll stay glad. I fish, I tie knots, I shout at seagulls. Fisher and harbour master by default, really. As long as you don't behave like a seagull, we'll get along just fine. No screeching, no snatching, and no hovering near my plate like you're waiting for a chance to move them sticky fingers. That's how we stay pals, aye? So what's your business here then? Or did you just fancy someone to shout at too? Ah, that's grand. One more. Very nice. More farmers than sailors here. And no one knows how to fix a net or tie a decent knot. Suspicious is what it is. Just saying. If you fancy a chat, swing by and see me. I'm always up for talking about the sea, or a bit of casual fishing. Nothing too serious, mind. And if you get lost, just blame the stars. That's what I do. Alrighty, what curiosity's dragging you in this time? The one by the shore, you mean? Ah, that thing. Only about 800 years old and still standing like it's got something left to prove. But what else is impressive, eh? Who built it? Some Christians, most likely. Monks, or knights, or land-hungry lords who fancied small islands with shiny castles. No one knows for sure. We'll probably never find out, be honest. It was already there when Alexander II was wearing the crown in the 1200s. Folk reckon it might have been built a century before. Could have been for some fancy saint or a tribute to a lord with more coin than common sense. But most likely it was meant to keep the Norse at bay. A pile of stones warning anyone approaching by sea. More than one Highland clan claimed it over the years. Funny thing, there's always been a whisper in my family that we came from one of those clan chiefs who used it as a stronghold. Maybe that's the answer to why I'm drawn to this place now that I think of it. Perhaps I ought to claim it. Why shouldn't I? Patch the roof, raise a banner and fortify it against any passing farmers. That will stir the town a bit. What do you think? Are we starting to joke now? I thought this was a serious discussion between two highly respectable minds, you and me. Now, there's another castle in the making, no joke, up that hill over there. Similar as this one by the shore, really. Folk like to talk like it's been How about you turn some ambition into architecture? First off, you'll want to get real cosy with the local quarry. If that Alrighty, what curiosities dragging you?
and I fumble. Boys, I've been drinking for days. Well, I stagger and I fumble. Boys, I've been drinking for days. And the reason I'm drinking, my woman got some low down ways. If you don't want me, baby, you ought to tell me so. If you don't want me, baby, you ought to tell me so. I'll get my trunk and my clothes, and out your door I'll go. Now tell me, baby, what you think of me. Well, now tell me, baby, what you think of me. You ain't been giving me no rest since I've been in Nashville, more verse and I ain't gonna sing no more. I'm gonna sing one more verse and I ain't gonna sing no more. 'Cause my train is here and you know I gotta go.
I was just thinking this day. Alrighty, what curiosities? The one by the shore? But what else? Folk reckon. Maybe that's the answer. That'll stir the town a bit. What do you think? He's had more. That one up. And I say, how about you turn some of them? First off. Now we're talking. Tall, airy cylinders meant to guide seafarers through the dark. But always, do they really? Plenty of shipwrecks lying around these parts, if you hadn't noticed. Indeed, one of them is, I believe. Never got asked to remove it, and the farmers don't seem to mind. How should I know that, pal? I didn't erect them, and I certainly didn't ask them why they're standing about stiff as driftwood, like they're waiting for a chiropractor that's never coming. Alrighty, see those standing stones? Most of them. I've been here long. What do you think they were for? I've been here. Well, we've a fair bit of grass around here. Most of it green. But it's easier to admire the ocean when... If you're asking where to go for a wee leisure walk on a Sunday while your underpants flap gently on the line to dry, then aye, the castle by the shore is the obvious place to go and visit. The church. Can't swim, won't sail, but they'll build a cafe. You're a farmer, pal. Act like it, will ya?